Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets, available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Shannon McGill. Shannon is the host of Digital Marketing Dive podcast. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Shannon McGill. Shannon, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time together. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to become a marketing girl?
Well, I am in Columbus, Ohio, is where I'm located. I own a company called Diam Business Consulting, and we build fractional teams behind small business owners. And as a resource for small business owners, I joined up with Seth Goldstein of Goldstein Media, who is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we started recording the second season of Digital Marketing Dive last fall. So this is something, it's a project that he has already had going. The first season, he had a different co-host and he brought me on the second season. So we're very excited. Marketing is such a touchy point for small business owners, and most of them don't know necessarily how to do it appropriately according to a strategy for a strong a strong impact, right? And there's so much noise out there. And so this is my ability to give back to that small business market in a very tangible way that can really affect them moving forward.
I like the word you created, a word use impact.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are all stronger together, right? When we link arms and use our knowledge and use our skill sets and use our passions and help each other out, that's where we all thrive. That's where we all move forward. That's where we all win. And so it's important to me to make as big of an impact in my space as I can.
Wonderful. That's the result is in last 12 months in this COVID time, worldwide scientists are working together to create the vaccine and delivering it to us so we all can go back to our new normal. I didn't say go
That's
back to our normal, new normal.
absolutely.
So if the scientists are working together worldwide without any color change, borders, no, all world kind of global village, we all marketers and the business owners think collaborative environment mindset to actually work together.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. So as a business owner, when you are kind of hiring or getting onboarding with the marketing consultant, what are the top three mistakes or missteps to avoid as a business owner?
Um, so when you're talking about bringing marketing into small business owners and you're coming on with a consultant, first of all, and it sounds like it should be common knowledge, but understand they know more than you do. We understand that the business that you have is your baby, and that's awesome. And we need to know what your mission is, what your vision is, what you see happening, that kind of thing. But we also know a lot of things that maybe, someone who gave you advice in the past, algorithms change, right? All the time. And there's constantly movement happening. And it's important to understand that the consultant, you're going to have to hand over some of that control to the consultant to make any difference whatsoever. The second thing is trying to market without a strategy. If you don't know what your target is, we can look at all the numbers, we can look at all of the algorithms, we can put content up, but if we don't know the target that we're trying to hit, none of it means anything. And so a solid marketing strategy, even if the small business owner is doing it, implementing it by themselves, a small business strategy is key. And typically it should be done, 100% by a professional who knows how to get the results from that strategy. And so that's number two. So number one is, not willing to hand over the reins, the number one mistake. The number two one is going at it without a strategy. And number three, make it quality. If you are hiring someone, don't look at the price per hour. Get if you have to hire them for less hours and less content, that is preferable over someone doing it for $10 an hour and having tons of content. That content directly affects your brand. When people see that, they're going to look at it for a half of a second, and whatever image they see is how they're going to equate to your brand. Branding is everything. And if you have a quality business, don't sell your business out by putting low quality graphics or low quality copy or whatever, right? And so those are my three biggest mistakes I see in the small business market.
Wonderful. That's amazing. Kind of eye-opening,
Yeah.
They only compare the price. They don't know what they're getting. What they pay.
That's exactly right. And even in that, it's interesting because, someone who's trained and has a lot of skills and in the marketing realm, they may charge $60 an hour. They may, but as opposed to a $10 an hour high school student that you could have running it, right? The difference though is, first of all, that $60 an hour, they're going to do it in a quarter of the time because they do this all the time, right? And they do it in a quarter. And the quality and the way it sets up your business, and they know how to pivot it and adjust it and so that algorithms are correct and so that SEO is right. And they know how to do all of that stuff. So the impact on your business is way more than it would ever be giving the $10 an hour person 100 hours, right? And so it's just understanding that it doesn't always just come down to cost.
Wonderful. Cost is just a one-line item.
That's exactly.
Shannon, what's your greatest failure story in marketing? What did you learn from it and how did you recover from it?
So my biggest failure in marketing was actually through Diam, my company. And what had happened last May, there was a lot of momentum, right? There was a lot happening through COVID and a lot of people wanting some help and that kind of thing. And I got connected with someone, and it was a very large potential contract, and we were excited, and we started developing the team for that contract. And we put a lot of time and energy in that. And I started to let the marketing slide on Diam. I didn't have my foot on the gas nearly as much. And it was a situation that, if the contract had gone through, it would have been totally fine. But 3 days before we were supposed to start executing the contract, the small business owner backed out. And so it was a situation, it took us a while to catch back up in the marketing and get in front of people and networking and all of those kinds of things, because I took my foot off the gas. And in Digital Marketing Dive with the podcast, right, we understand that we are one of a million different podcasts out there. And we are one of probably thousands of marketing podcasts. And in order to get in front of people, we have to make those authentic connections, and we have to be consistent about our message. And that's what had happened, as my failure. I was always authentic, but it was that consistency that I failed to do, because my focus was on this one thing that if it had come through, right, building up to it, it would have been fine. But since it didn't, the consistency had been lost, and I had to gain back a lot of momentum to get back there.
So what did you learn from that?
I learned that while it is important to do our due diligence for potential clients, the most important thing is that we need to stay focused on our businesses. We need to make sure that they are running appropriately and that we are putting them out there, because if not, no one knows about it. We can have the best service in the world, but if no one knows about it, no one's going to buy.
No one is going to buy. It's all the attention span,
You're right.
They need to see it. So we are competing for the attention.
Right.
So Shannon, let's just switch the sides and let's get your success secrets. So you're going to promise me that you're going to give us your best ones. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So Shannon, what are your top 3 success secrets being a marketer?
Sure.
To serve
my number one blows everything else out of the water. Be authentic. Be you. And I know authenticity is a buzzword right now, but in today's age of social media and everything coming on Zoom and putting yourself out there over and over and over again, people don't want to buy from a company anymore. They want to know who they're buying from. And any kind of massive filters or dumbing down the message or not sharing your why, right? Those kinds of things turn people off. People want that connection. And it is important for us to authentically put ourselves out there in that connection. And when I say authenticity, I really truly mean be you. When I am me, I attract the people that value the same things I do, that want to work with me, that want to work with our company, that have similar goals. And right. And so I attract the people who are supposed to be around me. There are enough people for everyone to succeed, right? There are enough customers for everyone to succeed. I want the people who are best with me. So number one is be authentic. Number two, put quality message out there and understand that you are like, I am serving the people who are watching me. I am serving my team. I am serving my clients. And so putting the message out there accordingly. I'm not just giving what I want to give, what is helpful for me to put out there for other people, right? How can I serve them well before they become a client? And number three, minding the fact that people understand things differently according to generation, according to cultures, according to station in life, right? Those kinds of things. So the same words or tones or voice inflections I say could mean different things to different people. So when I craft my messages, I make sure I'm talking to my target audience, right? I make sure that my message is coming out in a way that my target audience is going to benefit from that. Now, other people are going to benefit from it too, but my message is directed directly towards that target audience.
No, that's a very powerful one. Thank you so much. So
You're
you
welcome.
really delivered your promise. So I appreciate it very much. How Growth Hacking Secrets community people are watching this now can support you?
So got a couple of things going on. Digital Marketing Dive. Please, please, please log on to our website. We're in the second season, and we just on Tuesday recorded our 13th episode. Only 9 of them have been uploaded to iTunes and Apple and all that good stuff, wherever they go. I'm not part of the production side of things. So, but you can find those on Digital Marketing Dive. You can also find on Facebook and YouTube, Digital Marketing Dive. We record every Tuesday night live video, just like we're doing here with this podcast. So please watch us 7:15 Eastern time every Tuesday night. We've had some incredible guests lately. And then as far as my other company, it's dianebusiness.com.
Wonderful. Digitalmarketingdive.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Visit the site. I did check the site myself, so it's safe. Go and start listening. Okay, so you will learn something. The clarity of your how to even pick up who is your ideal client. You don't know. You need to start listening to this podcast and start educating yourself before you even hire even your cousin as a marketing consultant. That's okay. Still learn from the best first, so you can ask the more accurate questions, so you don't predict the results before you even hire somebody. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Education and is going to build your business quicker than anything else. Educating yourself and understanding how the process works, because that's even when you get to the point you want to bring someone in, you need to know what it is that needs done, and you need to know how to go about doing that before you bring someone in to make sure you get the right person.
Understood. So check that out, digitalmarketingdive.com. Shannon, we are about to wrap up. I would like you to share on today's guest experience on the Growth Hacking Secret Show. Here's my question: what would you say about your today's guest experience on the Growth Hacking Secret Show?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What would you say about your today's guest experience on a growth hacking secret?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, this has been great. I'm on a lot of podcasts. You sent that video, which was great, kind of walked me through the process. You prepped me for the questions. I really appreciate that. You did an amazing job.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. What would you say as a final word, Shannon?
Small business owners and leaders out there, we have got this. I know it's overwhelming. I know it's this giant puzzle and it's hard to put together. But when we link arms and we move forward in our own strengths and our own passions and we help each other, that's when we all win.
Yeah, when we help each other, then so that's when we all win. Thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.